Good morning, Gelser National Area and friends. Oh my goodness, happy July 19th to each and every one of you. And we are so excited for our guest speakers on the Google Hangout this morning. You're going to hear, wow, you can actually see all the mess in my office getting ready for seminar. I can't show you. There's prizes everywhere. Oh my goodness. In fact, Sue Ponko and her husband are driving, so I'm actually going to Manitowoc to take stuff over to her so that you can have all of your prizes for seminar. Okay, so speaking of seminar, do not freak out yet about your hotel situation, okay? Mary Kay and the Omni are working together, so if you call the hotel and they don't have you registered, okay, that's normal. Okay, so speaking of seminar, do not... Okay, there you go. So we're working on it on this end. We're working with our contacts at Mary Kay. We're working with our contacts at the Omni. So we will keep you posted on all the information that you have. But Mary Kay will for sure have some place for us to sleep. All right, so we'll figure it out. Let's see. Anything else? Oh, there's another thought process. A lot of the nationals are so smart, and they've been in Mary Kay longer than I have, but they had a great idea. What if you and your unit members had a note card, a thank you card ready for the person who checked you in at the Omni? I think that would be fabulous. That would make their day. That would just give them more energy to take care of people. So I'm really going to suggest, directors, that you write that down, that you have a note that you're going to take when you check in, but encourage your unit members to do the same thing, okay? Another thing is really talk to your unit members about tipping the housekeeping. All right, usually I would tip at the end of my stay when really you might have a different housekeeper every day. And so the average tip, a good tip for a day is $5. So if there's 4 people in a room and they're staying for 4 nights, that's easy. Every person leaves a $5 tip every day for housekeeping, you know, just to give them that thought process. And maybe even leaving a little note at the end. And what Carol Anton does is she leaves one of the goodies that Mary Kay gives her for the housekeeping just at her end of the stay. But you guys, the more that we show appreciation, the more that they will want to work with Mary Kay, the company, but also, to my friends, they will see our hearts. They will see our hearts. And so really, you know, putting that out there for yourselves, leading by example, writing notes, and having your people see that, writing each of your individual unit members notes who are coming, that's so powerful. Give them a thank you card for coming. Maybe having extra thank you cards in your bag so that you can, if you hear a great speaker, you can write her a note and give it to her at the end of your class. You guys, everybody loves affirmations, and even Mary Kay, after she got off the stage a few times, I heard stories, she would ask the people, was I on? Did it connect with people? You know, even she, the company, the leader of our company, appreciated people sharing with her when she connected and when she did a great job. So just, you know, let's keep that culture alive in Mary Kay, because the further that we get away from Mary Kay being alive, the more it is our responsibility to keep that culture going, to keep that positivity going. And so, like I said, we will keep you posted on the hotel situation with whatever we know. Right now, what they have told us is that if you're coming in Monday or Tuesday of next week, you'll stay at the Anatole one night. Mary Kay will have transportation to get you to the Omni for the director DIQ meeting on Wednesday morning. And I know it's going to be early, and Wednesday is going to be a powerful day, a packed, powerful day. So make sure you get your sleep Tuesday night. I'm not having anything in my room Tuesday night because I'm not in a suite Tuesday night. I'm at the Omni, but they're moving me from a regular room on Tuesday to a suite on Wednesday. So if you're going to hang out with your friends, great, but I'm just going to encourage you not to stay up too late, because you want to be on your A game on Wednesday as we start the director meeting. Now, if you're going to Gillies, Mary Kay did ask that you not wear denim. They did say that. I mean, I don't know where they said that, but and the NSDs called Mary Kay, and they said don't wear denim, but you're more than welcome to wear your cowboy boots with it. What I would just say is professional dress. If you want to throw cowboy boots on with that, awesome. So you're going to go to after the director meeting, which will be done at 11. I will not keep you past 11 o'clock, I promise. I'm streamlining the director meeting. We're having our top 5 directors train you. I'm streamlining the recognition for the director meeting, so there'll be more recognition at our area night rather than at the director meeting, so we can keep it really fast but powerful. I promise you it's going to be powerful. I'm thinking of the training I'm going to do for you right now, and I'm excited. And believe me, your top 5 directors are excited to train you. Then after that, you're going to get registered so that you're going to get your bling badge so that you will then go to Gillies, okay? They will have food at Gillies, and you know, look online if you don't know if you've earned it yet, okay? Check it out. We've sent out things, but you know what? It's so interesting. You know, Kim Ferguson and Tracy Hankey are in Go Give, and as we're sending you all this information, I'm like, wow, we're really spoiled. What do Go Give directors do? And they're like, we figure it out. We figure it out on our own, and we make things happen. So that's what we need to do, my friends, is just be professionals like we are and figure it out. At 2 at Rally, please be there at 1:45. We're going to do like we did last year. The directors will have their pom-poms. It is going to be powerful. We're going to have national sales directors, Roxanne McEnroe, Amy Allgood, Cheryl Fulcher, Heidi Gelzer, oh my goodness, and also Lynn Halliday, who I don't know very well, but she is rocking in her national area. So 5 different nationals. There's going to be recognition, but each national is going to train for 10 minutes, and you know how powerful that was last year. That will end at 4, and then our area banquet will start at 6:30. I would love to have you there at 6, my friends, to welcome your people. So it's going to be a great, great day. I'm super excited for you. All right, so let's see. I think that's all that I want to talk to you about is notes for the staff when you check in, tipping for the hotel rooms, and really teaching your consultants about that, okay? All right, and then what we're going to recognize, the only focus that we have is 1666 in production, 2 personal qualifieds and 4 unit qualifieds. That's it, baby. That is it. And people bring production, right? Remember, you get the L Sparkle Bangles every month when you complete one of these 2 challenges, either 10 unit members and 10,000 in production. 10 new, 10,000, you guys. That is the key. That's growth, growth, growth. And that's our national area's motto, right? Growing into your dreams, growing into your dreams. And that comes by team members. Or 2 personal qualifieds and you placing a 1666 order. You can earn 2 when both things happen, all right? I'm not going to just keep one from you. So here we go. Here's the recognition for people who have at least placed a 600, and they are getting this bangle from Mary Kay so that they can show it to their people. We've got Trisha Bless, Amanda Collins, Tammy Clout, and Nikki Hill. All 4 of them have placed their 600s, and so they have their bangles, or they are coming on their way to the 1666. Remember, I know this was a new promotion, but you want to get in the habit after this month, really planning and selling for this, that you can order on the first day of July. Seriously, the first day of August, really starting to get into that habit. And as you're doing national report of sales, you might be ordering multiple times a month, okay, because you're selling that much product. And Trisha Bless is going to talk about that in just a second, what happens when that happens. Okay, for qualified unit members into the computer, remember when you get 4 this month, and then you at least get 4 in August, Mary Kay is going to double your bonus on your August ones, but you have to get 4 in July to make it happen. With 1 qualified unit member, right now we have Cara Skelzer, Jamie Riley, Tammy Clout, Amanda Collins, and Trisha Bless. With 2, I'm so excited, Mary McIntosh has 2 qualified unit members in. That is so exciting, Mary. Way to lead us by example. Okay, and then with new unit members in, with 1 new unit member right now towards the 10, we have Cara Skelzer, Becky Clements, Megan Cruz, Becky Mueller, and that's her personal. Jamie Riley, Mary McIntosh, and Trisha Bless, and that's her personal, okay, going for those 2 personal stars. And then with 2 in the computer, we have Nikki Hill unit, and we have Crystal Pounds, and both of those are her personals. Congratulations, Crystal. All right, before I give it over to Trisha Bless, oh, I'm going to have to run and get my notes from somewhere else to close. Before I give it over to Trisha Bless, don't forget, you guys, to check the Gelzer broadcast Voxer, okay? I will only leave you 1 message there a day unless it's something urgent that you need to get information about. Maybe with seminar it might be a little bit more, but there's only 1 message a day from me on that broadcast group, and that is an important message from you. From me, okay? So I know you guys had success nights last night and you were running all over the world, and I know I'm not your top priority, but if you can listen to that, make sure that you don't miss the broadcast message. And the reason I put it on that Voxer is so it doesn't get missed with other messages going back and forth with everybody, okay? but those are important messages, and usually they're timely for that day of the month. All right, so enough about me. Let's hear from a woman who is doing amazing things in her business, in her personal business, and with her unit. I'm going to share with you, she's going to share with you what she accomplished last week, the momentum that it has built for this week, and what she is super excited about, what she has learned. You know, and Nikki's motto is this. Well, I wrote it down. Where did it go? Let's see. I don't know where it went, Nikki. It must be, what have I been unwilling to do in the past? Something like that. Nikki's going to talk about that. But, you know, Trisha was really studying that and asking herself good questions about, you know, what do I need to change? If I keep doing the same thing over and over again, I'm going to get the same results, and I want different. And, you know, she's been a sales director for 5 years, and she really had to come to a crossroads and go, is this where I want to go? And if so, what do I need to change? So without further talking on my part, please welcome Trisha Bless.
Thank you, Heidi. And that was the perfect segue, because when I got to the end of last seminar year and you asked us to do our evaluation of ourselves and stuff, I realized there were some things I needed to do differently. And the biggest thing that I thought about was that whole both and that Heidi always talks about, you know, that you should be working your personal business and your unit business. When things aren't going great overall in my unit, I just focus on my personal business and I give up on the whole unit part of it, and I just decide that nobody's working and it's all on me and I just have to do it all myself, which is not super productive because it doesn't make me happy. I know as a loving, connecting person, I want to be with other people. And so I'm like, okay, there has to be a way to do this. So I was running numbers, because I have learned to embrace numbers, and I was running numbers, and I figured out that if I did 3 personal parties and got in front of my unit people and their guests at their parties 3 times a week, that would put me in front of between 25 and 30 people a week. And that was going to give us the numbers we wanted for new people coming into our organization, because that was going to bring us somewhere around 10 to 15 a month as a baseline, as a starting point for new people coming into our unit. So I thought, okay, so how am I going to make that happen? Well, the first thing I had to do was just talk about it all the time, tell people that's what I wanted to do. I want to be at parties with you. I want to come and hang out with you. Tell me when, you know, I can come hang out with you. And nothing happened the first 10 days of July. Nobody took me up on it. I had one person who scheduled something and then rescheduled it because attendance people weren't going to be able to make it. And I thought, okay, so that's not really an auspicious start. But I kept talking about it. And I scheduled unit Zooms for Sunday nights. And at the unit Zoom, I talk about why. And I want them to see each other, and I want them to see me. And we talked about, you know, our whole theme for the year is triple. We're having triplets, 3 offspring. We're doing triple star, and we're tripling our unit size. So we were talking about that at the beginning of the month. And at the beginning of the month, there was one person on the Zoom besides me. This past Sunday, there were 4 of us besides me. And we were all talking about triple and talking about new team members and getting into red jackets and stuff. And all of them actually had parties on their books, which was a huge jump from where we were even at the beginning of the month. So I said, okay, I have these nights open this week. Book me to come hang out with you. First come, first served. Well, within 20 minutes, 3 people asked for me to come and do parties with them this week. So on my calendar for the week, I have 8 personal parties, success night. So I am super excited about what that's going to do for us. I know some of my personal parties will reschedule. It's July, let's face it. But that's okay. I'm okay if I happen to get a little time off sometime this week. And last week was when I think the momentum behind that was starting to build, because I was talking about, you know, doing parties and people were working on getting bookings and we were communicating and I was sharing what I was doing with them. So I had 4 personal parties last week. I sold just over $900 at those parties. And we've been working on pearls of sharing and unit career chats and earning your pearls if you haven't done it before in the month of July, no matter how long you've been in Mary Kay. And so we have 18 unit career chats in, not counting my own, which is an absolute first for us. I mean, that's been 1 a day since the month started. And it's 4 different people who are doing it. It's not all me. I have my own that aren't counted in that 18. So those are the kinds of things I knew in my head I wanted to get started. And I think one of the things that I changed that really started to make that happen was I just started saying, this is what we do. This is what I expect. I mean, I used words like that, and I've never used words like that before to my people. I expect that we're going to do this. I expect that you're going to find, 5 people to come to your party when I come to your house, things like that. which is a little scary for me because I felt like it was really strong language, but it isn't, you guys. And people just want you to tell them what you want, and then they can work toward it. And I had to learn that. And I think that the results that are going to come from that is confidence for them, because they're getting the bookings, they're coaching the people to come, they're learning the words, and then I can come in and we're going to do it. I'm not coming in to just do their parties for them. We're doing it as a team, truly. We're talking ahead of time about who's covering what parts would you like to see me do that you feel you need more skill with. And I've told them all straight out, I'm not going to come in and do the whole thing, with the exception of the pink party because it's a brand new person. But I want to team with you. And that's been empowering, I think, as well, because they're like, okay, this is the stuff I feel good about. This is the stuff I want to watch you do again. So it's just a really fun dialogue with people on a daily basis, which is another thing that's been missing for me for a long time, is having people to talk to. I love it when somebody voxes me and is like, okay, what does this mean? What is this word? So it's just been, we hear it all the time. Heidi's told us a million times about you have to do the work, and eventually people will want to get on board with you. But I think it's do the work and communicate the expectation together that get people on board. So that's what I've learned just in the last few weeks that's really made a big change in my unit.
Wow, that's so interesting how you kept going, though. I mean, there's a lot of things that you said that I wrote down. So I was going to ask you that question. How did you get your people on board with the career chats? And you answered it a little bit by the expectations, but that had been a roadblock for you, that you had talked about pearls of sharing in the past, but they hadn't they hadn't been doing them. So what specifically did you change to actually get that happening, rather than living in the frustration of it? Nobody's doing pearls of sharing. I can't get them. That's so interesting how you kept going, though. I mean, there's a lot of said that I wrote down. So I was going to ask you that.
Are you ready for me to talk?
How did you
I'm sorry.
People on board?
Okay. So it was telling my new consultants that this is the night I'm available to do career chats with you and your people. And I also think implementing that online form for them to use, where they can have someone listen to the Fast Fun Facts or watch a video, or even if they just share marketing at a facial with them, and then have them fill out that form, and then scheduling the follow-up, because I'm right on that. As soon as that comes in, I'm in touch with the consultant. Okay, we got a survey from Verla. When can you talk to her tomorrow? Or that day, if there's time yet that day. And so a lot of it has come from that activity too. So I think implementing that, and then just telling my new consultants, okay, Thursday night I'm available from 6 to 9 for Pearls of Sharing. See how many people you can get on there. I challenge you to find 5.
And Tricia, would you mind posting what you use for that on the Diamond Circle Voxer after this call later on today?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, thank you. Because I know that you've talked about that. I just don't. I know you've posted it before, but if you could post it again on the Diamond Circle Voxer, that way everybody who's listening can plug into that. And I love it. You know what I've seen the most is it's your expectations. It's what you just said. I circled that. If you tell people what you want, then people will work for it. And I think that's so true on every level. Beginning when we're in DIQ, we know exactly what needs to happen to make that happen because of the rules from Mary Kay, and therefore people can plug in to where they can do it. Am I going to be active? Am I going to be qualified? Am I going to recruit somebody? Just let me know where I can play. And you're showing them with your triple where they can play. And this is what we're doing. You can play in getting new unit members. You can play in holding parties where I can come because we need to see the faces this week. You can play in doing the $600 wholesale order. I think that's brilliant. And we lose that thought process. People want to play. And then the cream will rise to the top. Once they get some wins, they will see, oh, if I'm in red, I can see team leader. Even S personalities, you guys, and C's, getting wins will make them go further. And D's and I's will just go further faster. The more they win, the further they go faster. And that's key for D's and I's, you guys. We will lose D's and I's. They will go somewhere else if we don't get them connected and winning it faster. And there was another thought that you had there. Oh, so we're going to take this further. So you're taking it, we're not in DIQ anymore. Most of us are on this call, on this Google Hangout, are directors. And so Tell me, are you getting feedback yet in this first part of you doing this with them excited about your unit goals? Are they all just personal, or what's happening right now, you think? And just, I know it's just been a week, but I know that you also are a processor. So what have you felt in that area of them jumping on board with you?
The 4 people that I'm working with pretty consistently right now, they want to know now what is our, because I've been talking to them in unit size for the month. By the end of the month, we're going to be at X number of family members. And so I put that out at the very beginning of July. And so I'm giving a weekly progress report. Now it hasn't changed a whole lot. We've only added 1. But then I can quickly say, but that's okay, because look what we're doing. We're talking to people, and then the rest of the family will come. And so they can see how those individual career chats they're doing fit into the bigger numbers, which fit into growing our family to 68 by the end of July. So I think that it's starting to catch on.
Unit growth is where they're playing a part in. They're seeing that the family members, did you see what she called that? Family members. Okay, before we get to Nikki, can you expand on your thoughts? Because you talked about this a little bit at our director luncheon. What your thought process is about the Bless family.
Well, part of it comes just from my own personal preferences, but I really feel like when I talk about a blessed family and I talk about us being like standing out on our own and being our own entity within the bigger picture, that's significant to people. And so I really started working on my languaging and calling it a family and calling it our family Zoom, talking about adding family members, all that kind of thing, because I get so much feedback from people about how they love the sisterhood and they call each other their Mary Kay sisters. And I'm like, okay, well, I need to get on board with that, because that's significant to them. So I've started saying that, and now they talk that way. We had an adoptee that came and hung out with us for a little while because she was visiting the area from New Jersey. She talks about the Bless family by the time she left. So, I mean, that's the image that I want our unit to put out, and it's working.
Okay, so tell me, how are you going to use this Bless family and this esprit de corps, that French word that people talk about, that French phrase, as you're getting them to events? Because we know events change lives, and that's one of our goals this year, is to have better attendance at fall retreat, career conference, seminar, leadership. So what's your thought process about that then?
Setting the expectation that our family will be represented by X number of people. I've already been working on that for fall retreat. It's my expectation that there will be 10 of us there besides me, so that our family is well represented, because they will be recognized for a lot of stuff, and it's important for the family members to show up. So that's how I've been talking about it.
I love it. And I know Nikki made a choice, as you guys are building the Hill National Area, Nikki made a choice to not have a Hill National Area call on Sunday nights, but rather you guys all do your individual units. And I know you touched on that a little bit by doing a Zoom, but I think that, we have our Gelser area night once a month, which is great because we're going to have national summits. They're going to see a bigger picture. But can you just expound, last thing, on what that has done? Because the first week you had 1. How did you go from 1 to 4 people on that call? What did you do on purpose to make that bigger and better, instead of just going, oh crap, we just have 1, I'm a loser,
Not having it recorded has created FOMO.
Oh, really?
Because when I do a conference call, it's recorded and you can listen to the recorded number, but I'm not paying attention to recording the Zoom and giving a playback link. So if you want to know what's going on, you need to show up. It might sound a little harsh, but I'm like, we're all adults. We can figure out, because I'm really keeping them 30 minutes long.
Yeah.
And so we can figure out 30 minutes of our lives. Now, I know stuff comes up. And then I've been having the women who do come share on our Voxer a little bit about what they got out of it. And I'm really not saying a whole lot. Like, I don't repeat the whole training on our Voxer message.
Right.
So if they don't understand what the other people were talking about, they're going to have to ask them, which is great.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Love it. Okay, and you use Zoom, which is an app that people can go back and forth. They don't have to. So if you don't know what Zoom is, check it out. Okay. Oh my goodness. Trisha Bless, thank you for being excellent. Thank you for asking good questions. I'm reading John Maxwell's Good Leaders Ask Great Questions, and it is phenomenal, but it reminds me of you. So And I'm going to tell you what I'm doing with this in just a second as we close it up. Okay, thank you so much, sister. Remember to Vox, Trisha, if you have either Vox her publicly on the Diamond Circle area page or the Gilzer area page, or Vox her privately. She loves both forms of recognition, public and private, just so you know. And thank you for your time, sister, and you look beautiful today. All right, so Nikki, I don't know if she could hear us, but Nikki, you are on. Public and private, just so you know. Yes. And thank you for your time, sister, and you look beautiful today.
Okay, it's time for me. Okay, my volume doesn't work on my computer, so I was watching you guys on my phone, but it's lagging behind. So I was like, I don't know where you guys are at. So anyways, Trisha, we're twins. I know you want to have triplets, but we're twins because we're doing the exact same thing. I mean, everything you said, it's like ditto. I totally have the same mindset as you. I'm doing unit calls on Sunday nights. And I didn't record the first one. I did record the second, so I'm not going to record it anymore. But, you know, I had like 4 people on my first one, 10 on my second, and I'm expanding that because if they want to show up, this is when I'm available. And my focus this year is really keeping my priorities in line of God, family, career, and this is when you get me, you know, and I think I made one of my new consultants feel really bad last night, but her message to me this morning, because I had people post after our meeting last night too in my unit Voxer group, and she's like, I will not miss a meeting. I know how important they are. And so I just really, you know, Amanda and I are really putting our heart and souls into our training, and I did send you guys the training of referrals, because I'm doing exactly what Trisha said. I've been doing relaunch parties, but we're tag teaming them. Like, Trisha, seriously, we are twins. And I'm like, what do you need? What do you want me to do? You know, and referrals and closing. So I posted yesterday, you guys, it's a 20-minute training, and it's a video, and it is on referrals. And I started doing them before I even do the primer and the CC cream, because I was selling too many primers and CC creams and not enough skincare. So I started even just switching that up a little bit, and then I have more time to go around and book people because they have 4 things to put on: the primer, the CC cream, the lips and lashes. While they're putting those things on, I can go around with my date book, and I can book everybody so that in the middle of the party I had more time to book them. So I just recorded that, and I'll post my closing. We learned just a really cool closing from Jeannie Tambarillo's group. We went to her Jumpstart. And I was a bulldog about getting my 3 new people there. And, you know, it was a long day, but it was so worth it. And I basically was like, you know, I'm not taking no for an answer. You know, you are showing up to events, and this is what we do. And they came, and I was, you know, one of my consultants, Andrew's like, Nikki made me come, and I did, and I made her ride with me because then I knew she couldn't leave early. And I just know it's so important, you guys. We know so much, but there's so much out there to learn that we forget. You know, just sitting in this training for 8 hours, you know, I learned things, but they learned so much. And I just forget, you know, you guys, we know everything. We know everything there is to know. I mean, about the skills of Mary Kay. But our people need to be in the space of powerful people. And so I'm really focusing on those relaunch parties. I did one Friday night. My consultant, Andrea, you know, placed a $600 order because she sold the product. We have a new team member. We're doing a business planning session with me today. I'm including her in that. She's meeting with me. I've been doing those career chats like Trisha talked about, the pearls of sharing, really getting those in. And you know what? If they're local, they have to show up to the meeting to get their prizes. So that's my other thing. You know, this is where we do the recognition. So I'm not going to mail them. I'm not going to give them to you at the parties that I'm attending. You come on Monday night. That's my new strategy. And with the career chats, a thought I got, and I started it, I'm keeping a yearly notebook. I have a separate notebook for all the people that we career chat, because we can go back to those people, and you know, I forget about them. You know, I have the What Women Want sheets. I've been using those, and I know you have the Google Doc, but I'm doing my career chats in that notebook, but then I can go back and say, you know, Andrea, what about that person? You know, Nikki, what about that person? And so I'm just tracking my career chats in this one notebook, separate, and it's a smaller notebook, so I can have it in my purse or whatever. But so that was just a thought I got. And also the savings plan. Jeannie talked about this. You know, I have a lot of people who they reinvest their profits. So they're making money, but they're reinvesting. They're buying more inventory, or they're paying for this or that. And so, like with Andrea, she's gonna take $200 a month, put it into an envelope, and by the end of the year, you guys, she's gonna have $2,400 in the envelope, and that's gonna pay for a vacation to Atlantis, where she wants to take her kids. And so, I think I'm going to do that too. I think I'm going to do that for my husband and son. They want to go to Alaska this year because Aiden turned 16, and I took Morgan to New York City for her 16th. So Ryan's going to take Aiden to Alaska. So it's not going to go in a savings account, because when I put it into a savings, I spend it on something. And so I'm just going to put an envelope out of my sales, the both and concept like Tricia talked about. And what I'm doing also this week is I'm doing a 10-show week. It's 30 faces in a week. And I know we've all probably done that, but have I called it a 10-show week, or has it freaked me out? I love what Jeannie told me. She said, don't get freaky about it. Just do it. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, yeah, a 10-show week. So I have 3 parties booked right now. I'm making more phone calls today because I did text yesterday. I'm following up with people today. But it's really just 30 faces. And I'm like, if I can do 6 parties of 5 people, my other parties are already 5 people. I just need to book a couple more. And just because, let's not get freaky about it. We can do 6 parties in a week, every week of our lives. Good gracious, what else are we doing? And it's just ridiculous. I want to make more money. Something I evaluated. You guys, my unit did $200,000 less last year. I made a lot less money. Okay, that affects my my savings account, and so it's okay to make more money. And when people are making money, they stay in Mary Kay. So it's okay for us to be talking about making money in Mary Kay. Good gracious. If they're not making money, you guys, they quit. And so that's exactly what Trisha's doing. She's helping them make money, and they're watching her make money, and they're doing career chats, and they're making more money, and it's just fun. So I really changed my focus. I'm not playing national. Diane Mentiply told me this about 2 years ago, and I didn't believe her. And I should always believe that woman, but I question people sometimes. And usually I don't, which is shocking. But she said, Nikki, your offspring know what to do. They need to build their own organizations. And like Tricia, and I apologize, they've been kind of lost in building this national area, but it's about your own personal organizations, you guys. I would not be where I am today if I had not focused on the Hill personal unit organization. Okay, and so I am focusing on that. I am focusing on building 5 new offspring sales directors, and I pray that my offspring focus on them becoming a $500,000 unit, a top unit in Mary Kay. You guys, that's what I focused on to get where I am today. Okay, and what you do plays a bigger part always, but when you truly focus on that, we will become a diamond, inner circle, national area. All those things just happen. But you have to personally focus on your organization. So my focus this month is I have a unit goal every month, like Tricia has. I have a couple different things. I'm working with 5 people. That's all I'm working with personally, because they were the only 5 that are holding parties. So I'm working with them and myself. Yippee-ki-yay. And when I don't have 5, I'll go find more. So my unit goal, and this is actually from my my July goal, this is from my assistant, Ashley. She said, Nikki, you should have a monthly goal and a monthly drawing when you hit it. I said, okay. And so it's 25,000. And I told her that, and she goes, oh, Nikki, that's too high. You only did like 30 in June. And I said, Ashley, girl, I have a lot of unit members, and your focus is to get my I's and T's ordering. And when we have 10 new and 25,000, I'm doing a drawing for the new tote, that leopard print tote. And so she made a thermometer, and we're posting that. I have a unit Facebook page. I have a unit Boxer. Of course, I have an one for my entire area, because I want to, there's things I just want to put out there, like my trainings, my videos, things like that, so everybody can get those things. But and so she updates that. And so she's updating that, and they go into the drawing if they place the 225, every increment of that, or add a new team member. And every month, I'm going to have a unit goal. And of course, I'm praising the people who are ordering 600s. We're tracking 4-quarter star because that's what it does. We're talking about that on every call, every meeting, just keeping that in front of them, 4-quarter star in national courts, and that tracking sheet that has everything on one page. And then I'm using Unit Assistant to do everything else. They're doing Origami Owl consistency with 250 wholesales, which I like. It bumps them up a little bit. But I'm really focused on my assistants working with my base. And it's $28 for the locket and the things that go inside it. But you know what? They track it. They text them. They email them. They do everything. It's actually a $750 accumulative, so if they only place a $225 one month, they can make up for it by doing like a $300 the next month, you know. And my focus is really, I want a place for everybody to win, but yet I'm going to win with holding 10 show weeks every week, you guys. Don't get freaky about it. Just do it. And, you know, working with my 5 people and really, you know, just really playing it up, those unit calls on our Sunday nights. And then for my area, we're just going to do one thing. So we're going to have a Zoom in August, and it might be just once a month where they qualify to get on it. So it's going to be all of us directors. It will join our family of Hill directors and consultants, but it's just going to be probably once a month on Zoom. So like Tricia said, it's not recorded, and they earn it. You have to be a red jacket, a star consultant, so it would include our new stars, and anybody who placed the 600 the previous month. So it's an earned thing. And you know what, you guys, some people, they need an earned thing. They really do. They need to work for that special leadership training. And so, you know, I know Tricia and Tammy like the idea, so I'm doing it. And but it's an earned thing. So the other thing, you guys, that's basically it. I'm going to post my, I'll post the closing that we learned. Just a new little twist with the roll-up bag, as having your hostess come up and actually hold the roll-up bag, and you putting the product in there of what they tried today, and telling them, you know, if they purchased everything, they would get the travel roll-up bag for free. But really using your hostess, and I think when we had, I can't think of her name, but last week when you had the guest director on, Heidi, you know, I'll show this, but Amanda played my hostess, and at the end when I closed her, you know, because Amanda was my hostess, she stood up there and she assisted me basically. And then in the individual close, it's so simple to say, you guys, you know, you're not going to hurt my feelings, but you saw what I did tonight. You even helped me with what I did tonight. You know, could you see yourself doing this? And, you know, it just goes right into that simple close. Especially your hostess, you guys. Your hostess is going to be your best recruit. You know, I'm just really going back to what Mary Kay said. There's one new beauty consultant at every single party, and your hostess is really your best bet. And just working those parties full circle and teaching my consultants better. But really focusing in your training on the referral part and the closing part. And then we had them role play and do note cards again. And but, you know, just posting it so that, you know, a leader will continue to get better and want to learn more. So I don't want people to be out there doing 30 faces and wasting their time and not making money. So my passion is that they're making money, and that's what keeps people in Mary Kay. So, and I'll put you back on my phone, because if you have anything to say, I can't hear you. So,
okay. All right. Crazy. She can't hear us. We could hear her just fine. Wow. Powerful, powerful, powerful.
All right. So Nikki, I don't know if she could hear.
Okay. Yearly notebook, I love that, in one place that you can go back and invite people to success nights, to meetings, to ask them if anything has changed. That's super smart. I love the savings idea. And Jeannie Tamburillo, Nikki voxed me after the July Jumpstart, where she was Jeannie Tamburillo, and said she's super wise, and Jeannie is super wise, and she is going to be, we are hosting the Texas retreat together, so super excited about being in her space. And the 30 faces a week, don't get freaky about it, just do it. I love it. Don't get freaky about it, you guys. That is perfect. And we do need to talk about money. I had a consultant apologize to me yesterday that one of the reasons that she wanted to be a director was to earn more money. I'm like, stop apologizing. Money is not a bad thing. Money is not a bad thing. Money gives us choices. Money gives us resources. Money gives us experiences. Money gives us ways to serve other people. And like Nikki said, my friends, people will leave Mary Kay if they're not making money. We must make money in this business. And so, you know, Linda Tupin posted a very short Voxer, and I know that you guys probably have not had a chance to listen to it this morning. It's less than 3 minutes long. I put it out there to you and to your Red Jackets and then to my personal unit. And I just want to say that it was profound. You know, profound. Jeannie Tamburillo, when I reached out to her and thanked her for, you know, pouring into our national area, that went to her July Jumpstart, and that Nikki said she was so wise. Jeannie said, I've become wise in this past year of being a national sales director. And Jeannie's been in Mary Kay over 25 years. And you guys, it's just the caliber of people, that you're around. I want to be clear about this. Your future is in direct relation to the people that you listen to, okay? And I know I'm preached to the choir because you're watching this Google Hangout, but I want you to know with all of my heart that it is so important. So Linda Tupin is the National Sales Director with wisdom. And, you know, she asked a question that I've been pondering as I'm hearing everyone having such a hard time getting bookings. And, you know, listen to that Voxer. It's less than 3 minutes, but it's about pouring into people. And it is profound. When people don't care how much you know unless they know how much you care. And so really caring about the lives of our customers and wanting to be in their space because of who they are will make a difference, my friends, in booking, in the caliber of people that you're booking, and in the fun that you're having serving other people in your booking. So if you haven't listened to that message from Linda Tupin, it is well worth your 3 minutes. And, you know, I'm reading this book, Good Leaders Ask Great Questions, and I'm going to share with you more about that. In fact, we're going to do some exercises in this book at seminar. I am super excited about our time that we get to spend together on day 0. But what I want to share about this is John Maxwell picks a person every single month that has something to teach him, and he asks to have an hour conversation with them. If they're local, he takes them out to lunch, and he asks questions that I'm going to share with you at seminar from this book. Well, I've reached out to right now Carol Anton and Pam Shaw, and I'm actually reaching out to almost all of the Inner Circle National Sales Directors, and I'm asking them for an hour of their time so that I can learn from them. Good leaders ask great questions. I'm going to ask them some great questions. You guys, who do you want to mentor you? Are you reaching out to directors in your area that you see at the director meeting that you think, wow, I love what she's doing in her organization? You know, Nikki and I, we had a national sales director, and so did some of you on this Google Hangout, Joanne Cunnington, and she was the Diamond Circle national sales director. We never knew it, except we just had a ribbon on our badges. She never talked about being a Diamond Circle area or an Inner Circle area or anything like that, but she had top directors, and it was because these women were building their organizations. You see, Joanne never talked to me about being a trip director. I wanted inside my guts to be a trip director. I wanted inside my guts to earn that Cadillac. It wasn't that my national was mentoring me. It wasn't that she was calling me about earning the Cadillac. It wasn't that she had an area goal about Cadillacs, but if she would have, I would have gone, because I'm all about reaching goals, like Trisha was saying, to help the team. But it was because I wanted to be that person. You know, who are you going to be? What are you going to have? What could you do? And who would you influence? Be, do, have influence if you were at a different level in your business, you guys. Are you thinking that, or are you just accepting status quo? Are you just making it such a big deal to go to the next level? You know, in my heart, I truly believe it's not that big of a deal to earn a Cadillac when you simply don't make it a big deal. When you go to work to make it happen, when you're willing to see those faces and you work with passion and purpose and you're learning and you take what Trisha said and you take what Nikki said and you implement it into your businesses and you tweak it and you get better and you get better, always growing, always growing. And then to go on to that first unit club. I didn't earn a unit club because my national wanted me to. I earned a unit club because I went to leadership in one of the worst possible spaces in my business. I was barely making production, and I was very embarrassed as to where I was. But at that leadership, I heard the words that changed my life. I don't know where this leadership was. I don't know who else were keynote speakers, but it was Deb Dudas who said 10 plus T. And I stopped focusing on production, and I focused on unit growth. And I went from 30 that January to 80 in June, earned my first unit club, my first bar pin. I'll never forget that first bar pin. I was so proud and so honored and humbled to have those diamonds on my chest to represent our unit in that circle. And then 3 months later to go earn the Cadillac early. All of a sudden the Cadillac wasn't hard when I had a whole bunch of people in my unit, you guys, and I had a new offspring sales director, Ann Johnston, who's coming to visit me this week, whose daughter married my brother-in-law. You guys, lives change when you get out of your head and into others. And then I saw that $500,000 ring, that big, beautiful $500,000 ring, and I thought maybe we could even do that. And we went forward to earn the $500,000, and then trips, and then building people all the time, and that's what built a national area. You guys, don't be embarrassed. Don't be held back. Don't be afraid to build your own organization and build it strong. You know what to do. You know what to do. You know what to do. Just surround yourself with powerful people. Think about who you want to talk to. Who do you want to ask great questions of? What top directors, what nationals? Are you bold enough? The nationals that I asked, they replied to me, they said, wow, you're so wise. No, I'm not wise. I just read a book and I just do what John Maxwell tells me. But I want to learn. I want to learn from the women who live their lives the way I want to live my life. So, good leaders ask great questions. Listen to them, you guys. Be better. It's exciting. And I can't wait to see you guys at seminar next week. I cannot wait to be in your space, the space of your people, to learn from you, to grow from you, to serve you, and to just be excited about what this business can offer you and your family and your future. Thank you, Tricia and Nikki. Amazing. Love you guys. See you next Wednesday. Bye.